Oh man, welcome back, you guys. This anxiety is kicking my royal behind. Yes, my royal booty. It's kicking. Man, tour life. Oh my God. So, man, B2K now, they're official. Magazines is all over in every store. Everywhere I look, I just see my brother's face. I mean, I am mortified. I am just, in my dreams, I'm seeing B2K. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm no lie, every market I went to, you know what I mean? The fans, they really know, or, supporters, I like to call them. But yeah, I mean, sheesh. Man, it was crazy, man, that whole tour life, you know what I mean? It was like, my brother, when they went to Europe, on a Europe tour, and they did like Top of the Pops, I think there was over there, and they went on, they was touring with Destiny Child, I didn't go. So, I didn't know that I would ever have an experience to go on tour. And I was like, when I got the call to like, basically be like the promotions manager and then be like the head over all the merchandise and, kind of like deal with the record, the radio stations and stuff like that, delivering a record, delivering a payola, getting them to spin a record and stuff like that. I mean, that was pretty a great experience. But I never thought that I would have that experience, ever. I never thought I would have that experience. And it was crazy. Like, people love me. Like, the radio directors, the program directors, the mix show coordinators, they love me. You know what I mean? Shout out to Magic Crutcher. Shout out to Skip Cheatham. Shout out to Chris Brooks in Dallas, Texas. Shout out to Lil Bankhead in Atlanta. And then shout out to, in LA, shout out to DJ Eddie One Mendoza, and Big Boy over at Power 106. Man, my boy Aaron Arnell over at KJLH. You know what I mean? So it's some people that, some radio station contacts, they had a relationship with Chris, and I guess he didn't want me to have contact with them, and so those people I don't keep in contact with, but the people that didn't have nothing to do with the politics of shit, and that was just cool, and they just fucked with me, and you always have those people that are neutral. They don't care if you fall out with somebody, they don't care if somebody don't want you fucking with them, they gonna fuck with you anyway, because they're human, just like you know what I mean, and they make their own decisions. But shout out to all those people at the radio station that still rock with me, and so we still talk on social media and check on each other from time to time. I like that. That's dope. That's real genuine. That was a golden era. That was a really good time. You know what I mean? Experiencing the Scream tour and the IMX B2K team tour. They were going on at the same time. And it was crazy. We had a Prevost bus. It was old as hell. The one that me, Marcus Houston, and other members of IMX was on. Let's see, that bus was pretty big. We had, about 12 bunks. So it was like Romeo and Kelton. But I don't remember, where the hell was they on the bus, now that I think about it. Because the whole front of the bus was pretty much my little living quarters. But I only lived on the bus when we would travel from city to city. The front of the bus, I had it packed up with boxes of merchandise. Boxes of B2K and IMX t-shirts, the white ones with the picture with both of them, the group photo. And then we had jean jackets. I was killing. Oh my God, I was killing. I did about $8,000 to $12,000 a night per city. And I ain't gonna lie, I wish I would have stole some of that money. I was honest every night. I got on the back of that tour bus with Marcus and Chris Stokes. Later, I noticed my brother made his way to that back room, but I'm thinking they just back there counting money. That's a whole nother story. That shit fucked me up when we stopped at a truck stop. Ain't no girls on the bus, and Marcus goes in there and comes out with packs of condoms. My brother wasn't back there that day, but Chris was back there, and I was like, oh, I put two together, like, that's what's going on. But it all makes sense. I got sidetracked like a motherfucker. Where was I at, you guys? trying to think right now, my brain. So yeah, tour life was crazy. You know, we went on the road. Chris did not want us bringing no girls back to the hotel. So I found a way to hang out with the girls. I mean, why wouldn't I? I mean, they were like, we would leave the venue, we would pull up to the venue, they would be shaking the van. Especially Dallas. Dallas and Houston, shout out to y'all. Y'all was always one of the biggest markets. I mean, you guys were crazy. You guys are right on the van. I love you, little Finn. I love you, this and that. You guys really, really love those guys. And but I made some really good relationships. You know, while traveling on the road and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool, man. Girls used to be in they used to be in the emergency fire stair exits. Man, I mean, it was really crazy, but you know, like, I understand, you know what I'm saying, now that I'm an adult, why Chris didn't want us bringing girls back to the hotel room and stuff like that. It was like a walking disaster, you know what I mean? It was like a lawsuit ready to happen, you know what I'm saying? And so, I understood. I now understand why Chris did what he did and how he moved the way he moved at the time. I didn't understand it at all. I thought it was just fucked up, and rightfully so. You can expect me to think it's fucked up. If he's saying like sexual shit to me, like, cousin, you are so fine. I mean, you are that fine. Like, my cousin is telling me shit like that when I walk into the TG office and shit like that, and he's talking like, oh, it's so big. It's big. Oh, let me touch it. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, it's like, that shit is like, you feel me? Like, come on, bro. Like, I don't know if you consider that gay behavior or you consider that child molester's behavior. You feel me? It was just like weird. You feel me? Like, I don't know the appropriate space of how to say that and interpret that. You know what I mean? But it's pretty crazy. You know what I mean? Some pretty crazy stuff, you know. I used to sneak the girls on the tour bus. I used to sneak them back to the hotel. You know what I mean? I used to do my thing. You know what I mean? I had a couple girls that I really, really got sweet on the tour. One girl's in Alabama. Her name was like Akila, and she was like a pastor her dad was a pastor and a minister, and she lived in Birmingham, Alabama. We had a special night. She came to the hotel. She sent me pictures. It was dope. I was living in Houston. So something happened with my dad. I never got the pictures. I lost contact with her. And then we had Samantha Williams from North Carolina. Man, it was crazy. She made me really, really, really grow up and really feel the power of the tour life. She showed up with no panties on, and I was like, that just blew my mind. I think I was in love with her every day. I mean, I still got love for her right now. No, I just got love for the memory, you know what I'm saying, of what happened. You know what I mean? It was a dope memory and experience of, I guess she would be considered a groupie at that time. She's definitely not that right now. She's a mom and respectable lady in society, but good times. Tour life was cool. It was around the time of like, I think it was like 9/11. 9/11 was we were on tour at the time doing 9/11. We were actually on a bus. We were passing through like DC and Baltimore and the areas where like the Pentagon and, you know, the World Trade Center and all that stuff, you know, where everything happened. And I've seen a lot of that stuff out the bus window with my own eyes. It was crazy. And then R. Kelly came out with the sex tape. He came out with the sex tape. Could you believe he came out with a sex tape? Wait, my bad. R. Kelly didn't come out with a sex tape. The tape was leaked of him with Sparkle, the singer, his artist, her niece, which was a minor, I believe, to be under 18. And R. Kelly pissed on her, and I was like, that was crazy for me. Like, I was like, young, you feel me? Like, that was crazy. Like, that was that was crazy. Like, it freaked me out to see that. But like, I remember, I don't know, I think Chris gave me the money to get it from somebody or something. I don't know, maybe he gave it to somebody else. I don't know, so long ago. I'm not really sure, don't quote me on that. But for sure, he purchased man, where's that person in the world, man? Where are you at? Chris purchased the R. Kelly tape because he wanted to see that minor get pissed on. That's the only way I can look at that. You know what I'm saying? Now as an adult looking back at that, that was fucking some sick shit. You know what I mean? You wanted to see R. Kelly piss on a little girl, bro. You could have waited for it to come on the internet. But I don't know. The internet wasn't that developed, I guess, at that time. YouTube wasn't born, I don't think yet. I think YouTube was born in 2000 or 2001. So, I don't know. I got kicked off the tour, it was fun. The Pandemonium, the Scream tour. It was fun being at those shows and seeing my brother do his thing, being a part and actually having a job. But I only got paid $500 a week. That was no money considering all the work I was doing. Like I said, I wish I would have put some money away for a rainy day. Tour life was crazy. Tour life was definitely crazy. It was a great experience. I remember at the end of the tour, me and Mario had a water fight, and the security got me with a big bucket of water. That was one of my greatest memories. But I ended up getting kicked off that tour, and I had a team. Shout out to Alfie, shout out to Ant, my cousin Desmond and Tony. That was my team. And when I got kicked off the tour, I remember Chris told me, he said, go find your own people. Basically, he didn't want me networking with the people, but it was like you had me working and meeting them and dealing with them, and I can't help it if people like me. But he told me to find my own people, and then, he told me to rap, like, you feel me? It's like I wanted to be a singer, and he made me be a rapper. That's how I started rapping. Singing was always my passion. I was a singer. I was singing background on the Immature albums. You know what I'm saying? On the Playtime Is Over album. You know what I mean? Walk You Home, all them records. You know what I mean? All I got was a shout out from Chris. No credits. It was always like that. I had to force myself all the way to where I'm at now. Shout out to James DeBarge and El DeBarge for actually giving me a chance and giving me a platform. That's where my music career pretty much started. But yeah, tour life was crazy, and the way it ended, I was a broke motherfucker. Nah, I probably left with a couple grand, enough to get like a little bucket. I knew where to get the scrapers from the east side of LA. But I definitely went back to my apartment off of Redondo in Jefferson. And found out my windows was broken in and everything. It was crazy. Life didn't change for me at that point.